Hey, it's Lisa Turner here from Set Freedom, and I've just come off a call with my amazing group of other Set Freedomers who they're working on building their amazing vision, and just we're having a chat about some of the things we've got going on here in the business. So the first is the book. The book is out, and I'm going to drop a link. In fact, let me do this now. I'm going to drop a link where you can get a completely free copy of the book. That you should be seeing that. Yes, I know I should have had a cleverer, cleaner URL. I don't know. Can't be good at everything. Anyway, so this book is about the process, conscious emotional transformation, which is a way of clearing not only limiting decisions and negative emotions from the past, but what it also does is what it really does is it clears the cause of them, what causes them. So you don't just clear the emotions, you clear the cause of them. And what I'm also doing in the business at the moment, or in my life, I don't know, is I'm turning this book, which is my first book, into a movie. And it's all about how I was groomed, seduced, and persuaded and influenced as a child how I ended up as a result of that grooming process, ended up being taken from my home in Australia with my family to living in England, which is why those of you in England think maybe I've got a little bit of a funny Australian accent, and those of you in Australia think, oh, why is she in England? Which is funny, why has she got an English accent? Anyway, I've always got an accent wherever I am. That's kind of true for everyone, isn't it? Anyway, as I work on this movie, turning this into a movie, because there's some pretty extreme scenes. So one of the things in this book, there are quite a lot of, it's quite explicit. I'll be honest with you. It's quite an explicit book. And one of the reasons, and I was just having a conversation about, do these scenes need to be in there? And, what was I worried about? We were just exploring, like, what was I worried about? And the answer is, I was worried that people would think it was too graphic, too intimate. And then I kind of thought it kind of has to be in there because that's what happened. And then one of the questions that was being asked was, like, have you really healed? Have you healed at all? And the answer to that is that and this is my kind of standard answer to this, which is I've healed what I am conscious of. And this is how SET works, which is there are always going to be things that you are not conscious of there are always going to be things, but maybe I'll say this about me. I believe I'll probably always have stuff from my past that I am not conscious of. And then what I do is, if I find that I'm being triggered, or if there's some emotion that is coming that is not due to the present, then with SET, what I can do is I can just go and I can clear it. I can just clear that. Because one of the things that SET does is it releases from your past anywhere where it resists love. So it works on the basis that the idea is that there's only one emotion, and it's love. And that when we feel a negative emotion, it's because we're resisting love, or that we're not moving towards what we want, that it's like something that's going on in our life is actually causing us to be off track, or that there's a block or a resistance. And it means that what it means is that we're trying to move towards something, and there's something in the way. So what we feel as a negative emotion isn't necessarily a problem, by the way. Negative emotions are they're powerful and useful information. And if we try and avoid feeling negative emotions, we end up in this like horrible toxic positivity gaslighting situation. And it's like funny because I was talking to one of my my group members of my group that we were just now, and she was saying, like, should I just release it and put up with it? And it's like, well, actually, no. You don't have to put up with people behaving like assholes around you. The negative emotion is there to tell you that's not okay. Around me, you don't get to behave like that. So what I always say is I've released what I'm conscious of in my past. And what SET does is it releases from the past where you are resisting love that you're conscious of. So negative emotions in the present are powerful, useful information. And they're just there to tell you, take this action, don't take this action, don't settle for this, have good boundaries. And positive emotions are there to tell you that you're moving towards something that you want. And negative emotions are only a problem if they're a problem. If you have a memory from the past, which, as you think about it now, triggers an emotion in the present, not that you remember that it was painful, but it is still painful, that's a sign that there's some damage in your nervous system. And that's what we call trauma. So trauma is essentially where either one event or not for most people, it's a whole series of events that have happened in your past that cause you, that have permanently changed your nervous system, permanently changed your behavioral response, so that you can no longer but respond in a way that is necessarily empowering and positive and impactful. And it's only a problem if it stops you doing the things you want to do, but it doesn't necessarily guide you or drive you. Because here's the thing, you don't need to experience trauma and painful emotions to still be driven. You don't need to have that from your past. You can clear what you're conscious of. So I've dropped a link where you can get a free copy to the book in the comments there. Let me know what you think. I'd love to know what you think of the book. I had some amazing feedback today where an NLP trainer, master practitioner, said that he thought it was a really important piece of work, really impressive. I think that's what he said. I posted it on my timeline. I can't remember what it was now, but I'd actually been worried about that. Not worried, but like the NLP community, because there is NLP in it, but it's not NLP because there's spooky, weird spiritual stuff as well. And with the spiritual people think, oh, it's too logical and rational. Yeah, it is. But there's still lots of spooky, weird spiritual stuff as well. So have a read of the book. Let me know what you think. And I've got the joy and delight of being interviewed by Lucy Macaria on Friday. And if you go to my timeline, you'll see a little link to that where you can go and join her group and join me on Friday. And if you want a free copy of the book, just go and pop your details in there and grab yourself a copy. And let me know if you have any questions, and join our Facebook group for the book club where you can ask questions, share experiences. Let me know what you think about the book. So that's pretty much all I got to say. Just a little chit chat, little check in. How are you? That's what I want to know. How are you? You beautiful people. What's present for you? Let me know. Louis, lovely to see you here. Lovely to see you here. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here. So what's present for you? Let me know. If you're watching on the replay, I will cycle back and I will answer any comments or share any thoughts. And yeah, till next time, huge love. Bye for now.